Good morning, class. Today we are going to be going over a basic geography term called mental maps. And the mental map we are going to create is a map of my neighborhood, but for the purpose of this screencast, I'm going to be drawing on paint as a demonstration. But for the one you guys will be turning in, you can either do it on paper using markers, crayons, so have you, or you can do it on paint. If you do it on paint, let me show you what you need to do as far as getting onto paint on your computer. Down here in the little Windows icon, you click that, and you go down here to where it says search, and you just type in paint. Pretty much all computers will have a paint app on them, so you just click on that, and it'll open it up, and it'll look like this, which is what I already have opened up here. I'm not sure how many of you have ever played on paint before, drawing pictures or what have you, but it's not the easiest program to draw on, so I would highly recommend doing your mental map for your project on paper instead of using paint. But if you really feel like you need to use a computer and you really want to use paint, and you're probably a lot better at it than I am, then go right ahead. So, before I start drawing my map, we're going to talk about what a mental map is. So, as you probably guessed, a mental map is a map that is in your head that you take from your head and you put it onto paper. So, like say which is what you're going to do on your project, you're going to walk through your neighborhood and you're not going to have a pen, you're not going to have a pencil, you're not having any of that. You're going to have what's already attached, which is your brain. And you're going to walk through the neighborhood and you're going to look at the houses, you're going to look at the streets, you're going to look at the color of what the houses are, the trees, anything that you deem that's important for your neighborhood. So once you do that, and please by all means when you go to walk the neighborhood, ask for permission to walk your neighborhood from your parents or your guardians, and again, please be careful, be safe, don't talk to strangers and all that. So as you're doing that and you're taking what they call a mental picture of your neighborhood, and then after you do that, you're going to come back and you're going to get your pens and your pencils and your markers, or in this case if you want to use paint, you're going to get this out and you're going to draw your mental map of your neighborhood. So for me, I am, like I said, I'm not a paint guru or anything like that, and I am by no means an artist. So please excuse any of my crazy stick figure drawings that I'm going to be drawing right now. So I'm going to draw right here, which is the start of my mental map for my neighborhood. So this right here is going to be my house. So this is my house. And then I'm going to draw the houses across from me, which are the houses across the street. So these are the houses across the street. So my house is, say it's about a brownish color. So we're going to color it in brown. And the house across the street from me is a blue house. So I'm going to color it in blue. And the house down the street from me, oops, let's change that back to black. And the house across the street from me is about a blue color. Not really a total blue, but about an off blue color. So we'll say about that color. And I'm not going to go through and do all of the houses on my street. We'll talk more about that in class when we start going through what your mental maps are going to look like. This is just an example of what yours is probably going to start out looking like. So right here, I'm going to add a text box on paint here. Of course, yours is going to be written out, but I'm going to add a text box here to say what the name of the street is. So this street would be Wood Trail Street. And then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to draw the street that crosses me. So let me just change that black to a black color. And this is the street that crosses me. And this street we are going to call Park Street. Then there's other streets that are going to go down here, and then there's another street here, and then after you pass that street there is a school here and there is a school here. So with my mental map I could say that, say I wanted to get from my neighbor's house to the schools, I would go down 1, 2, 3 streets. I would cross Park Street, and I would cross, let's give this street a name too, and I would cross Green Street, and then I would also cross Orange Street. And then once I cross Orange Street, I would be at the school. So using a mental map, you are able to draw what you actually see. And that's exactly what we want when you guys are finished with your mental maps. The useful part of this is that you don't have to have an already pre-printed map, because you may not have a pre-printed map. So for the purpose of this exercise, this is going to go along with our zombie apocalypse geography curriculum, what we're doing right now. And so when you're going through and you're thinking about your mental map, you have to be thinking about you're in total zombie apocalypse mode. You don't have a printed map. So in doing that, we'll leave that here and we'll talk more about our mental maps when we come into class tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.